Orleans Saints. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he's got room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Play fake. Winston. Open man downfield. It's Ross. He's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford going up top for Kupp. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a second down throw for Winston.
Crossing route complete to Ross.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. here, looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On play action, Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Saints. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the 27, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Winston. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
from the 31. Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw, Stafford. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now Landry. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shots on the old bandwagon, because this team has rebounded.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Saints at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 41. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara down at the 25.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Winston. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Winston. And he's got it.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down at Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, Stafford here. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Throwing again is Stafford. And he spots Henderson open left side. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Landry now on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Jameis now on first down. And the catch made by Johnson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Henderson will try and run for the first. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. From the 50 at Stafford.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing is Stafford. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Powell on the return. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun again to Henderson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Stafford. Now they go screen. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes, right side. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to
to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz with the extra point, and it is 28-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play fake. Winston. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Off the play fake, Winston. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run.
Akers hit. He coughs it up. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover.
And that's caught inside the 35. 20. Touchdown, L.A. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Rams 7. Matt Gay to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space here. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Winston here to throw. On the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal, Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see.
Touchdown! Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They're looking to throw this. Winston. He's going to float this one deep right side. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Long. This was a really nice display.